Hi, my name is Sadhana, and in this video we're going to be seeing electric charge. We're going to be discussing positively charged and negatively charged. We're also going to be seeing this inside a battery. Then we're going to be seeing different sources which allow electricity, such as a battery. Then we're going to see why current moves from the negative to the positive side and not vice versa. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You might have heard me saying positively and negatively charged throughout, but what does that really mean? Well, in an atom, the number of protons is always the same as the number of electrons. For the atom to become positively or negatively charged, there has to be either a gain of electrons or a loss of electrons. If there is a gain of electrons, then the atom becomes negatively charged. But if there is a loss of electrons, then the atom becomes positively charged. So if we take a battery, for example, you'd always see that one side has the negative symbol and the other side has a positive symbol. This is because this side is negatively charged and this side is positively charged. So inside, how the atoms would look like is, so we have our two atoms for the negative side, and we would have an excess amount of electrons compared to the amount of protons. And same here. Whereas on the positively charged side, we would have only one proton and no electrons. You should know by now that electricity occurs when the electrons move from one atom to another. But what causes the first electron to move to the next atom? Well, that is done by a source. Most common sources include batteries, and in your house you can find the outlets. For this example, we're going to be using a battery. So let's say here we have our battery. We know that this side is negatively charged and this side is positively charged. So here we have an excess amount of electrons. And here we have many protons in the absence of electrons. So when current flows, does it flow from the negative to the positive side or from the positive to the negative side? Well, current actually flows from the negative to the positive side. And this is because, let's say we have a wire connecting to the two ends of a battery. We know that in the wire we have our atoms, and the atoms have their electrons orbiting on the outside. Now, since we have an electron here that's negatively charged, and another electron here that's also negatively charged, we know that two of the same charges will repel. So since these two are negative, they're going to push away from each other the first chance they get. And that will cause the electrons here to move to this one here. And then this one movement will cause the others to move simultaneously. So this is why it moves from negative to positive and not positive to negative. Now usually you wouldn't connect the wires to each end of the battery. You would usually have something in the middle that you'd want to get an output from. So let's say you have a light bulb which you want to light up. Now since the electrons have moved, their electricity occurs and so your light bulb lights up. But the light bulb is going to stay lit only until the negative side and the positive side have balanced out. Once they have balanced out, you won't get light anymore. So in that case, you can either get a new battery, or if your battery is rechargeable, you can always recharge it and put it back in.